So, Kanye West did an interview with Gavin McInnes. Haven't seen that face in a long time. And Kanye West said that the Jews need to forgive Hitler and let go. And that they can't tell him who he can or cannot venerate or like. Let's look at it.
Force your pain on everyone else. Jewish people, forgive Hitler today. Let it go. Let it go. And stop trying to force it on other people. Good night.
Now, Kanye has veered off into Kanye has lost his fucking mind. Let's just call it what it is. Kanye's lost his goddamn mind. Kanye's gone crazy. This nigga really is sitting there telling the Jews to forgive Hitler, to let it go. You think Hitler would have ever forgiven the Jews? You think Hitler had any sort of empathy or sympathy or forgiveness in his heart for the Jews? His little conspiracy theory about what the Jews were up to, or what they weren't up to, whatever the case might be, his little conspiracy theory about what the Jews were up to, in response to that conspiracy theory he had, he killed 6 million of them. What do you think a nigga like Hitler would do if the Jews killed 6 million Germans? What do you think he would do? Do you think he would turn his fucking cheek? Of course not. He didn't even have the balls to face his crimes head on. The nigga killed himself. Kanye is losing his fucking mind. This is the same nigga that said slavery was a choice. Is it any surprise that he has now veered off into telling Jews to forgive Hitler? It's unbelievable. And Kanye's ego, he just knows no fucking bounds. It knows no bounds. That you think you can tell another community what they should or shouldn't feel about the fucking Holocaust. Really? This is like a white man telling black people, let go of slavery. It's in the past. Let go. This ain't got nothing to do with you. You're not a member of this group. Your history isn't affected by this event. How can you tell this group how to feel about this event? Now, blaming modern day Germans for the Holocaust, I disagree with that. Blaming modern day white people for slavery, I disagree with that. But see, where my problem lies is when we start trying to tell groups of people that were affected by these events to let go because some people who are German or some people who are white are uncomfortable with the memory of these events. Boo fucking who? You know, Kanye needs to understand that there's limits to how right you can possibly be. You're not right all the time, and you're not inherently right simply because you're Kanye West. It doesn't work like that. And Kanye seems to be incapable of understanding this. Kanye genuinely seems to think that he's right because he's Ye. And we see this. We see this in the fact that when Kanye spoke to Tim Pool, and Tim Pool gave him just a little tiny bit of pushback, what's the first thing Kanye does? The nigga just gets up and leaves. Oh, you don't agree with me? Oh, you don't think the Jews are the problem? The nigga gets up and leaves. This is the reason why, and I predicted this. An academic said this too recently. He said that Kanye's star power is starting to wane. Kanye said that the Jews need to forgive Hitler, and it didn't even become mainstream Twitter news. It's not even trending on Twitter. Let me go check right now. In fact, fuck it. I'm not cutting this out of the video either. Y'all are gonna sit here and watch me explore Twitter, because I don't give a fuck. Let's go. I don't see anything about Kanye. I don't see anything massively trending about Kanye. Don't see anything. Yep. So Kanye literally got on there and said the Jews need to forgive Adolf Hitler. He literally said this, and it's not even mainstream Twitter news. Kanye's words are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper over time. I don't have a problem with Kanye running for office. I don't have a problem with Kanye sharing his opinion, but I think that Kanye is in the wrong here. I think Kanye's in the moral wrong here. Furthermore, I think Kanye needs to grab his fucking balls and tell the fucking world about what specific Jewish people in the entertainment industry have been fucking him and these other rappers over. Because at the end of the day, if you have such a problem with these Jewish business practices, call out the people pushing and propagating these bullshit business practices. But instead of doing that, Kanye will comfortably sit there with Nick Fuentes. He can do whatever he wants, be with whoever he wants to be with, but let's just be real. He'll sit there with Nick Fuentes and he'll sit there and say the Jews. It's undeniable that Jews are overrepresented in high positions of media, in high positions of power all around the world. Banks, media. However, when you start attributing bad business practices done by these people to these rappers or to Kanye or to the clients of these banks or whatever the case might be, and when you attribute that to the entire ethnic group, there's something wrong about that. There's something morally wrong about that. The fact that, and Gavin McInnes asked Kanye, he said, Kanye, black people make up a shitload amount of crime in America. Do you prejudge black people because of this? He said no. So Kanye is going to hold Jewish people to a standard, but not hold his own race to that standard. Kanye is showing a level of bias, racism, and hatred that is just unbecoming of a future quote unquote president of the United States. I'm just ashamed. I'm really disappointed in Kanye, you know? I'm disappointed in him. You know, there's a way to talk about this because it's the truth that Jews are overrepresented in these different forms of power in this country and in the West. It's true. But to target the entire group is irresponsible. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and the entire country is targeting me because black men commit a shitload of crime in America. I don't commit crime. I just sit here and make videos and go to the gym and work at my job. I don't bother anybody. I don't do anything to anybody. I just mind my fucking business and live my life. Last thing I want is motherfuckers talking about black men this, black men that, black men are the problem. I don't want to wake up to that. I don't do anything. I'm not involved in anything. I'm not living that kind of lifestyle. I would prefer if I wasn't involved in that. We got to have empathy here. We got to have empathy and we got to be responsible here. You know, if Ye becomes president of the United States, he has to understand you're not president of the Ye United States. You're not president of the black or the white or the Jewish. You're president of the United States of America. And you're going to be responsible for a lot of people, a lot of them being Jewish. Can we trust you to treat them right? Can we trust you to treat them fairly? You know, I understand that Kanye has an issue with these people who have, you know, have had bad business practices in these positions of power, but call them out by their names. You know, I have a way of thinking. When people sit there and like say, oh, this is a problem and that's a problem and this is problematic and that's problematic. And then when people say, oh, really it is? Who's the one doing it? And they sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not going to say that. Okay, cool. It's not that big of an issue. It's like when your girl is like, oh, I'm mad and shit. And you're like, damn, like, what's your problem? And she like, nothing. I bet nothing. Bet. Shit, it can't be that big of a deal. You ain't want to tell me, so I'm going to keep driving like it's nothing. Shit, bet. I'm not going to sit here and play Blues Clues with your ass. Hell nah. You want to be mad and you don't want to tell me? Do I look like Blues Clues? Do I look like Sherlock Holmes? I hope not. Shit, I'm not going to investigate. You want to complain and be mad? All right, cool. I'm not even going to fight you on that. You got it. Same thing with Ye. Oh, you mad about this Jewish person and that Jewish person and these business practices? You don't want to say who these people are? It can't be that big of a problem. It can't be to me. Shit. You won't say who's doing it because I want to know who's doing it. I want to hold these people accountable. Let's talk about the bad business practices. Let's do it. I'm all about it. I'm all about black creators and white creators and all creators being treated fairly in the music industry. I'm all for it. But we got to figure out who's the one doing it. Because it's some of them that y'all hang out with. Leor Cohen, y'all hanging out with him. Rick Ross hangs out with him. Is he one of them? How can he be one of them if y'all hanging out with him? Who's doing it, Ye? Ye doesn't want to tell us. So I'm going to apply the logic I always apply. You got a problem, but you won't tell me what the problem is? Oh, it can't be that serious. Not to me. So all in all, you know, another surprising comment from Ye. I didn't think Ye would go this far, but he has. And it is what it is, you know. Ye's a character. Ye's an interesting guy. He's going to keep saying crazy things. But as he continues, his star power will wane. And I think that, honestly, we're going to see the chapter of Nick Fuentes start to open up a little bit bigger. I think that Nick is start to become more popular. I think that Nick is going to gain a bigger audience. And we're going to see what, you know, Nick Fuentes does. Kanye gains nothing from anything he's doing. Kanye stands to lose everything from his current behavior, and Nick stands to gain everything. And it's going to be interesting to see how this timeline plays out. This is the craziest timeline possible, but it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.